Hey, good morning. What's happening? Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I missed a vital, history shattering, crucial world event. The last 2 days I've been talking about, I was going to call it this, the slap heard around the world. That night at 2 a.m., I got up. I started looking, Monday morning, I started looking through the news feeds. And I actually, that was the first thing that popped into my mind, man, this slap heard around the world. Sure enough, I should have coined it, man. Because sure enough, that's what people are calling it right now. Anyway, no more of that talk. Anyway, while I was talking so much about that the last 2 days, I missed a crucial world shaking event. Donald Trump notified all of us yesterday that he hit a hole in one, 181 foot, huge, huge shot into the wind. I don't know anything about golf, by the way. And okay, so that's the news I missed. And okay, in this same press release, I guess he makes these press releases because he's banned from Twitter. And I think he puts these press releases on Liz Harrington. Not sure who she is, but he puts these press releases, he sneaks around it and puts these press releases on Twitter through her account. And he also stated that he does not like braggarts. He doesn't like, I can't even say that with a straight face. He said that. He says he doesn't like people who brag. And he's very modest. It just gets weirder every day. All right, some serious stuff now. The last 2 days. Now, January 6th, Donald Trump, and he's so clever. He calls this, it's the House Select Committee. He calls it the House Unselect Committee. Because that's such an insult. It's so clever. Get it? He put un before the select, making it like reverse. Brilliant. We must elect this man. That's why I'm so scared. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, a lot of you, I think, are like me and have kind of tuned this out. Because we've seen over and over again this guy get off two impeachments. Just rampant, like just for instance, the emoluments clause, hiring his whole family in the White House, and now he wants us to be concerned about Hunter Biden's laptop. You know what? Even if Hunter Biden is guilty, I couldn't care less, because the stuff that Trump did over the last 4 years buries anything. That's what happens when you have a president that gets away with so much just illegal lying stuff that it starts to make the lesser stuff. And I'm not saying Hunter Biden is guilty of anything, but even if he is, I wouldn't even freaking care, because all the stuff, Trump had his whole family in the White House, making millions off the American taxpayer, having his renting golf carts to his Secret Service men, and just having all the foreign dignitaries stay at his hotels and charging them. I couldn't care less about Hunter Biden. So anyway, now Trump again is asking Vladimir Putin again yesterday, Tuesday. Again, he asked Russia. He asked some oligarch in I can't remember her name in Russia, something about giving Hunter Biden money. You know what? I just don't care. But this is big news. The 7 hours and 37 minutes of missing White House recordings for tapes, just like the Watergate thing, from like 11:17 in the morning, right before the insurrection started, to 6:50 something in the evening after it was over. No phone calls, no records of phone calls from Donald Trump, right? Like I said, I'm not too interested. I kind of gloss over this January 6th stuff because I'm so sick of him getting away with everything, and I'm just afraid of getting my hopes up. So I kind of just gloss over that. But this is what I'm talking about. This looks like some, he's caught out. Okay, so there's no recordings. We know that he made like 8 calls in the morning, 11 calls after. And we know for a fact that he called people, because people talk. There's people getting phone calls from him. A couple Republicans, I can't remember exactly now, but there's people getting phone calls. So he was making phone calls. Okay, so this whole thing about burner phones comes up. So Donald Trump now says, I don't even know what burner phones are. I've never even heard of them. Never heard of burner phones. Have been around for what, 20 years? Donald Trump has never heard of them. Not to his recollection. Whenever anybody says that, you know they're lying. Anyway, John Bolton comes out and says, Donald Trump knows damn well what burner phones are. So this, I mean, to me, I hate to get my hopes up again, guys, but to me, this looks like Trump is snagged. The White House, either he erased the White House recordings, somebody eliminated the White House recordings, which makes Watergate look like child's play. Or he tried to cover it up. He used other phones, so his calls couldn't be recorded, which are all felonies, all illegal. There's no way, I don't see any way this guy could get away with this, let alone, God forbid, that he runs again in 2024. Check this out now. I'm going to put the link to this. Russian state TV actually comes out and says, it's time for us for regime change. Yeah, they're hitting back at Biden for his regime change comment, which I was fine with. The only thing, he shouldn't have walked it back. He should have just left it straight on like it was. Anyway, Russian state TV, I'll put the link down below, is coming out saying it's time for us to help our friend Trump get back into the White House. Time for us to help the American people with the regime change. Yeah, yep, that's what they're saying. The link will be down below to that. Okay. Now for this story. This story freaking disgusts me. It does. I don't even know how to talk about it, but I have to. Andrew Giuliani. He was in this far-right meeting, Loud Long Island Voices or some. It's this group, far-right group, known for combative, busting up these school meetings, like about masks and all that stuff. You see these loud people and they're threatening, I'm not going to wear a mask and all this. It's those guys. So Andrew Giuliani said some truly creepy stuff about his 4-month-old daughter. I don't even know how to talk about this. I'll put the link down below because it's so creepy. I don't even want to say the stuff he said. He talks about looking under her hood. That's the only way I could put this, man. I don't even like saying that. And he's going to be the only guy for the next 25 years that's going to look under that hood. And she's got woman parts, and she's going to stay a woman. And he said, and he finishes it off by saying that he shook on this with his 4-month-old daughter. He shook on it. That he'll be her only boyfriend until she's 25 years old. Seriously, this just creeps me the hell out. The fact that he's talking about his daughter in this manner in public, not even to start talking about what he said about, to me, just to make this simple, he crosses that line. That's a father and daughter relationship, and now he's presenting it as a man-woman, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. That right there is the gist of why this is nauseating. So he was speaking out against transgender people, and somehow he thought that he was making a good point about his 4-month-old daughter. And I can't even say more about that. I mean, I don't have any kids, but I always use empathy. You guys know I always use empathy. So I started, it's like, what if there was a recording of my mother from when I was 4 months old talking about my stuff and her being my girlfriend until I was 20. That would freaking horrify me. That would seriously alter our relationship forever if I ever heard my mother talk about me, a recording of that. So I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. The links will all be down below. You guys have a great Will Smith free Wednesday.